The Underdawgs podcast. It's your host T. Lee and my co-host Jock Cowden. The most known unknown will realize.
Was pulling up, they acting like they couldn't see me. Now she wanna clean me up like a squeegee. I told her that's on me, baby, like yellow BZ. With the peanut butter tear like a Reese.
Everybody's plotting on their downfall and maybe not expecting them to win, but they come out on top anyway.
They don't forget the underdog when they see me. I hit them with the John Cena, they can see me.
We're gonna work hard. We're gonna stay dedicated. We're gonna be motivated.
I don't know. Being an underdog is probably more of a compliment for me.
Out of sight, out of mind. All I'm saying, just be careful who you idolize. I'm kicking this scripture just before the fame. Ain't no cap in my words, I go against the grain.
If you move like keeping it peach and keeping it real, like that's an underdog.
Surpass those long expectations. You're able to keep going no matter what.
You want to keep setting an example for people to follow. So the underdog isn't the loser.
Underdog is really honing in on your talents, dog. Don't let the compliments get you high.
But as an underdog, all you got is you. That's when you at your peers. You have to go through that phase so that you can be prepared for what's coming your way.
Yo, what it do, good people? Welcome to the Underdawgs podcast. We back again. We got a very special episode. First international show. Season 9, episode 1. I'm losing track of time, man. We over 100 episodes, 100 guests, and now we worldwide. But like I say, we got a very special guest. You know, I'm going to just let the work do the talking for you. You know, hold on, wait a second. We're going to let you know what's going on.
I came from the lights being cut off when I was a little kid, when I was in the house at nighttime. I came from waking up on Christmas and not having shit under the tree. I don't give a fuck if I make $1 billion today when I leave here. I'm gonna find out how to make another $1 billion, my nigga. Because I don't never want to go back to the hood and be broke.
Nothing but pressure, straight cook up. You gotta know it. That's just what's going on, man. We ain't gonna waste no time. We got Ulisses in the building. Y'all already know what's going on. What's going on,
good,
brother?
Man.
How you doing?
Good. What about you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, like I say, man.
Good talking to you, for real. It's the first time that we're talking, right? Like on camera.
Yeah. First time, man. Like I say, it just was like, I've been on this podcast journey for like 3 years now, you know, and been doing music all my life, but it took the podcast to open up new doors. And so like somewhere in between, like I say, this is the first season 9, first episode, you know. So like somewhere in between like maybe 5 and 6, I was like, let me do an international show, you know. So I was like, I was looking for it, and then I fell back a little bit and just kept the ball rolling. And then I said, you know, when I came across the beats, when you emailed me and you sent the message, and I was like, no, I definitely got to get him on, man. He too hard, man. Then I was like, he from Brazil? Like,
yes,
you the
I'm
first
from Brazil.
Yeah, you the first first producer that I worked with, you know, from another country. So, yeah, man, it's definitely an honor. You was honored to have you on the platform today.
Thank
you. Like I say, you know, thank you for joining us today. And like I say, we're gonna be discussing your journey and, you know, the insight. So, like I say, how is everything going for you today in 2025? Like any exciting projects or personal milestones you looking forward to?
Man, not really. I just wanna keep living off my music, you know. Right now, I'm able to live off selling beats and mixing, mastering. So I just want to do that, and I want to start creating more content too on like Instagram, because I never posted too much on my feed, only on stories and messaging people. So I want to put myself more out there, you know. I want to start doing that.
Like, man, you an international hustler, man. You know, like you
Yes,
say
sir.
that's very motivational when you say, hey, man, I just want to keep going and just living, you know, in the moment and what I do, you know. And I feel like, you know, you're going to go down as one of the greatest, bro. Like I say, being an international music producer at that too, you know. So let's talk about life in Brazil, man. Like, how would you describe what it's like to live there today? And how does Brazil shape your life and your work?
Man, Brazil, it has both sides, you know. It's a very beautiful country. You ever heard about Brazil, like stuff from here?
Yeah, yeah. I've had people that visited and kind of told me a little bit about the culture and things of that nature.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Brazil is a very beautiful country, a lot of beautiful like nature and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
has a lot of poverty too here in South America. It's very different from the life over there in the United States, Europe, you know. Like the minimum wage here, it's like $250, you know.
Mm.
So I'm able to live off my music because I work with people from the United States, Canada,
Yeah,
Europe. Because if I try to only sell beats to people here, it would be very hard, you know. And
yeah.
the market here is not as evolved as it is over there. But Brazil is a good country, bro. It's a good country. Let me know if you ever come here. You're definitely welcome.
Oh yeah, facts, man. That's definitely on the bucket list, you know. Like it's always insightful, to get another perspective when somebody else is in another country. That's why I say this
For sure.
this right here that's going on, like I say, is it's a big thing, you know. Uh so looking back at like last year, like what are some of the accomplishments or moments that stand out to you, that you would like to share? Like something that happened last year. Either you collaborated with somebody or, anything you want to put out there.
Yeah, last year I worked with, of course, you another a lot of up and coming artists, you know, and
Hmm.
that's my favorite type of work because there are a lot of talented people
Yeah.
out there on IG. Like I believe I found you on a page that promotes rappers and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, man. The internet, man, is the way. Like it's,
Facts.
and I was gonna ask you about that too. But yeah, man, the internet is just if you know how to use it right, it can definitely benefit you. You know.
Exactly. And I was able to work with mainstream artists
Yeah.
like Payroll Giovanni,
Hmm.
I swear Viso, I believe that's how you say his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
I had a song with Currency too.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, yeah. I did see you post that. Yeah. I caught the
Yes,
post.
sir.
Like you say, you don't really make too many, but when I caught it, I said, "Oh yeah, that's hard." Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Mhm.
it's in I always dreamed about that, you know, to but mainly to live off my music and being able to like purchase an apartment, a car, all of selling beats, you know. That's all I always wanted to do. Now I'm 24. I
Okay.
live off my music since I was 19.
Oh, that's hard.
So yeah, man. That that's what I love to do. I want to keep doing it, you know.
You're creative, bro, and the genius said that, bro. The cook up is gourmet. Um,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
so like coming up, let's dive on the foundation though, man. Just coming up in Brazil, like what it was like from your perspective, and like the part of Brazil that you're from, like what makes it unique and stand out compared to different parts of Brazil.
Yeah, I live on the very south of Brazil, the extreme south of Brazil.
Hmm.
So here it's more cold than the other areas. Brazil is a big country, you know. So, but it was nice coming up here because when I was young, I moved a lot. I lived in like 3 to 4 cities, and my father passed away when I was 5. So I came back to my mama's city, and I like here. I plan on staying here. You know, I want to visit the United States for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Working in person with you, with other artists.
Yeah, man.
That's
You come to Atlanta, man. Hey, like I say, just
yeah,
let me know, man. Like, hey,
for
Atlanta,
sure.
you're gonna definitely just fall in the melting pot of artists. It's like so many different artists from different places. Like, if you
Thanks.
like, I would highly recommend Atlanta because it's so many different people all over the country in one spot. You know.
For sure. No, yeah, I want to go there. I talk with a lot of artists from Houston,
Hmm.
Texas
Yeah,
too.
Houston. Yup. Yup.
Yeah. I already have my passport, but now I'm trying to figure out the visa card and
Mm,
stuff like that. It's not easy to enter the United States being from South America, Latin America, you know.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I have to do like interviews.
Wow.
Yeah, and they can deny me, and but I'll try. I'll try soon to
Oh
figure that
yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, man, for sure.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
all right, so let's talk about your early experiences with music, man. I'm definitely interested on the foundation. You know, like what drew you to become a music producer, and like what were your early influences or moments that like sparked your desire to like I'm gonna make beats. You know?
For sure. Yeah, I used to want to be a rapper, but
Oh yeah,
yeah, I was trash. I was trash. So
yeah.
I had to, and I was finishing high school, and I never wanted to have like a regular job, a office job. So I was trying to figure out how I could be able to live off the internet and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was trying to be a rapper, I was writing, and then I downloaded FL Studio, Fruity Loops.
Yeah, that's the OG right there. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Everyone uses it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was going to record myself and stuff like that, but I ended up falling in love with the production side of the music. And I started listening to rap when I was like 12, I believe. I was looking for like some male influences, male figures to look up to, and then that's when I started liking Tupac a lot.
Oh yeah, man. Hey,
Yeah.
you spoke real heavy when you said that, man, because that's an icon. I don't even look
Yes,
at
sir.
man. That's an icon, man.
Yeah, here in Brazil, I believe he's the most like people here consider him the greatest. You know, he's the most famous out here.
Yeah.
Tupac, Eminem, and 50 Cent. People
Ooh.
like here a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's what But nowadays, I my biggest inspiration I would say is Jay Z. I really like Jay
Yeah.
Z. I look up to him, the business moves, everything. I study
Yeah.
him. Dr. Dre too.
Ooh, yeah.
Only the
Aftermath.
moguls, the moguls.
Yeah, aftermath. Yeah, you speaking all the moguls that do a lot of good business, you know, that's on top
Exactly,
of their game. You know, it's like, you know, when you say that, it's just like you gotta have somebody inspirational on that type of
for sure.
level because it's like that's the path that you want to head to. You know, it's like
Yeah,
I
the
want to own
blueprint,
my own, you know, corporation. I want to be on that type of level. So yeah, it's levels to it though, man. You know, because you have
for
some people
sure.
like, you know, they might not want to do. They just might just want to be the rapper. You know, so
Exactly. What's your
if
biggest inspiration nowadays on the music side of things?
my biggest,
Yeah,
uh, man, like inspiration. That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it because I'm so much into myself and
for sure, for
I've been
sure.
around music for so long, man. But it's just like my thing is, it's just like I came in the game the same way it was gave to me, you know. So I'm
For
focused
sure.
on the substance, I'm focused on the quality, I'm focused on what I put out. So it's just I would say all the rappers early that influenced my sound, like you say, the ones like Tupac, I want to make sure that I have that type of impact, you know.
Exactly.
Like it's levels to it, man, you know, but it's always authenticity though too over everything, man.
Yeah, that's
Um
the key.
yeah, facts, man. So all right, speaking of your, you know, musical influences, man, give me your top 3 hip hop artists, you know, that's had the biggest impact on you and what you do. You already said Tupac is one.
Yeah, Tupac, Jay Z.
Mm-hmm.
The third would be Kanye, but lately he's been kind of crazy, you know. So
Ye's being Ye.
yeah,
That's not even Kanye. That's Ye right now. I
exactly,
forgot it.
exactly,
I forgot his other alter ego, but yeah, it's Ye right now.
for sure.
But
But
yeah,
the
when he
third,
was I would say when he was Kanye, you was getting college dropout album, you was
for
getting
sure,
graduation, yeah, like stuff like that. And on the producer level, man,
classics.
yeah.
Yeah, the third one besides Kanye, I believe would be right now I really like Larry June.
Yeah.
Larry
Yeah.
June and Nipsey Hussle too. That's that hustler type of mentality, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I always reference Nip in lyrics because of that. Like it was
Exactly.
more, and I would say he one of them too though, man, from a business aspect because it's like you're more than one thing. Like I'm not just one thing. I'm more than one thing and one person. But it's all me still at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, big inspiration for sure.
Yeah. So talk about music producers too, man, because the type of sounds you got, man, is unique. And it's just like it gives off of I feel like you kind of got a lot of versatility as well, man. Like your
For sure.
sound just it's not more so oh Ulysses make those type of beats. Like it's more like I don't know what's next. Like what else he got for me? It's like the
Exactly.
anticipation of hearing what's coming from you. So what producers would you say influenced you with your sound?
Man, the top three would be like I really like Just Blaze production.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. The
Mm.
on the Blueprint album by Jay Z, it's crazy, soulful samples and stuff like that. I really like.
Yeah, yeah.
The second one would be The Alchemist, I believe. He has
Okay.
projects with everyone too. And the
Yeah.
third one would be I don't know if you ever heard about Tess Taylor and Nick Mira from Internet Money.
Nah, I haven't heard them names. I probably might have heard their production before.
For sure, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, like they had a channel on YouTube where they posted tutorials. That's how I
Mm.
learned how to make beats. And they teach taught how to sell beats and stuff like that. So they are big inspirations.
Yeah. And man, speaking of the process of learning how to make beats, cause it's like it's one of them things where you gotta really just be like attentive and repetition. Like
Exactly.
I always like people to, put that out there about your hours invested, how much grind it really take behind that. And not it has it ever been moments where you felt like in the beginning, like, I don't know about this.
No,
Or
for sure.
like what kept you kind of going? Cause I know for me, I did dibble and dabble. I had the Fruity Loops, but I was just so much of an artist. My patience wasn't allowing me to sit there and build it. Like I thought, like soon as I download the sounds, the pack, I put one in there, and I just know where to go with it, man. It's not like that
Yeah.
at all. Like,
No, it's hard. I mean, in the beginning, it's very hard, but I kept going because, like I said, I didn't want to have a regular job. So the hunger to being able to provide for myself, like being a business owner myself, that's what kept me going. And I was in high school. So like I started making beats 2015,
mm,
2016, but I only was able to live off of it on the end of 2018. So it was 2, 3 years cooking up every day, learning, and I didn't know if it was going to work. I
mm,
worked at a company here in Brazil, like an office job, and then I quit because I knew if I kept going there, I wasn't going to be able to keep making beats and stuff like that. So I took a leap of faith, but hopefully everything worked out.
oh yeah, it for sure did, man. Cause like I say, you're an international hustler now, man. Like
Exactly.
that's the biggest thing. Like it's one thing for if you just doing it in your country and then you're just doing it in your city, but you took your talents to a whole nother like many miles away, man. But like I say, we gonna discuss about the internet as well. Like, how do you feel like the internet and these platforms like played a significant role, in what you do? Like,
Yeah. No, man, it was everything from learning English because people here talk Portuguese.
yeah,
So watching movies online, listening to music. That if I didn't know English, I wouldn't be able to have this conversation and to
yeah,
send beats to you. So that was a big step. And then with Instagram and Twitter too, that's how I was able to find the artists, because I still don't have like a huge following, but in the beginning, when you have 100 followers, no one is going to come up to you and ask for beats. So I was messaging like 30 people every day, and trying to put myself out there. So if it wasn't for the internet, it would be impossible. Thank God for the internet.
Nah, facts, man. I always tell people like it's a red and blue pill. It just decide which door do you want to go through, because
Exactly.
even though like I say it can be a good thing, it can be bad, but it's all about your perception and how you use it. Uh
Exactly.
so around that 2 to 3 year period, like when did you realize like, that being a producer was your true calling? And like was there a specific moment? Like what kind of happened where you was like, oh yeah, like you say, I quit. I'm just finna focus on this, and it is working.
Yeah, I believe the real calling was my love of rap music. Always listening to it. So I wanted to be in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was working on the office, I was able to sell a couple of beats, and I was like producing for 2 hours a day. So I thought if I quit my job and I focus on it for like 10 hours a day, I will be able to live off it. So then I took that leap of faith, and hopefully everything worked out. But it wasn't easy, man, because I pushed myself so much that I ended up having like a burnout,
Yeah.
like the pressure of having to make everything work, not sleeping well. So last year I had to focus a lot on my mental health, and now I have a balance of everything. That's super necessary, because if you don't have your mental health right,
Burnout.
the money, nothing, anything matter, man, anything.
Nah, man, you just said a lot with that, man. You dropping gems, man. Definitely
For
dropping a
sure.
lot of gems.
How do
But yeah,
you how do you take care of your mental health nowadays?
this this help a lot too, man. I've
Yeah, communicating for sure.
Yeah, man, like just it's a each one teach one thing, and I know that we're all connected. We all got a journey, and we all got a story. So hey, let me discuss and have conversations with people that's just as ambitious as I am. Like we
For
can have
sure.
all the ambition in the world, but it's just like we need to be having conversations with people that move in the same type of caliber. It's
Yeah,
just their story is gonna help me kind of move forward, because it's like we all got a backstory. It's like
for
we can be
sure.
doing all the amazing things. It's like when Ulysses get to that level of being the super, mega producer international, it's like, but listen to the story and this journey. You're gonna have a powerful story already. Like you had to learn English. It's a lot of different things like you had to do to put yourself in
Exactly.
position, like than the
Yeah,
average person, would. So it's just like knowing that you're different and you're a one-on-one and you did things different than what's the regular protocol, man, says a lot, just about character.
for sure, for sure. Thank you, man.
Um, so man, let's that you've been producing for a while. Let's talk about how long it usually take you to cook up a beat from scratch, man. And like when you start creating, like, do you have a specific vision or is it more of a process and you add layers to it?
Man, nowadays, on the beginning, it was like 1 week to cook a bit,
Yeah,
But nowadays, from scratch, I would say like 20 to 30 minutes,
yeah,
Nowadays, I usually cook up based on what I'm listening. So, like this week, I was listening to a lot of Boss Mandilo.
yeah.
That's like the sound that I posted on the beats that you showed on the intro.
Mm-hmm.
So then I listen to their music on Spotify, and I cook based on that. I start with the melody, and then I go to the drums. Yeah,
Yeah.
that takes like 20 25 minutes.
Yeah, nah, that's a real cook up right there. That's a quick meal, for real.
For sure. Yeah, I want to start like showing the process on the creating content, showing the process
Yeah,
because I believe people like to see that type of stuff, right?
yeah, man. And you're gonna be the tool the same way you say you learn how to make beats by watching them do it. You're gonna be the exact tool to show people that want to get into it the same, the same way. You know,
Exactly. And being a producer, like I only talk with people on Instagram, a lot of times they think that I'm a scammer or something like that,
man, the internet
because
is
there
a
are a lot of scamming out there, right?
yeah, especially when you saying different countries and stuff like. But it's a method to identifying what's what. Like when you emailed me, I was like, I didn't even think it was a scam. I was just like, man, send the beats, like
For
And
sure.
when you made that 2:32 a.m. beat, who were you listening to at that time, man? I wonder about that because to be honest, when you sent the email, that was the first beat I heard, and that immediately just it did it for me.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's dope. Back then, I believe I made that beat back in beginning of last year. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when I sent you the beat?
Uh, man, when I get that beat, man, I can't even remember to be
You
honest. I would
released
have to.
you released the track in September, October, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Yeah,
3 months ago.
yeah.
Yeah, back then I was listening to a lot of um, Larry June, I believe.
Mm.
Cardo Got Wings is a producer of his. I don't know if you ever heard about him.
Yeah, nah, his beats is smooth, man. I
Exactly,
like, yeah,
exactly. That smooth
mm,
type of vibe, not too hard like the Boss Mandilo type of beats.
yeah,
Something more smooth, more wavy.
yeah. And you made it more of like a bounce type of feel to it though, too. Like I was like, that's my type of blend. I'm very energetic, but I can really go any type of way. But if I hear something that just give me energy, like I'ma just jump right into it.
For sure,
Uh,
yeah, you're very versatile, for sure.
yeah, man. It's just the craft, man. Like you say, putting the hours in. I'm well over. You want to say they say 10,000 hours is the rule.
Exactly,
I don't even know how many hours at this point, man. We're talking of when hip hop was in this stage of when you had like you say 50 Cent in the Get Rich or Die Trying type of era to snap music like Soldier Boy to Boss Man D-Lo and Kodak, like that type of, it's different ways.
for sure.
Um I more so got active, really like independent, where I could say, okay, I'm independent now, and I could say, okay, I'm a part of this industry. It was like during the Chief Keef era, where social media was still kind of like picking up. Then,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Like 2015, something like that.
yeah, it was like 2012, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's not too far away though. Not nah, 15, I would say is when social media kind of hit its peak in a
facts,
way. I would say that for
facts.
sure. So when crafting the beat, do you prioritize like the rhythm and drums to establish the foundation, or do you start with melodies and harmonies to set the mood?
Man, when I started, I always did the drums first, but nowadays, uh, I I select the melody, and then I'm able to see what type of drums it requires for that melody, the BPM. So
Yeah,
always the melody first, always.
facts. So, in your opinion, does the art of sampling enhance a producer's creativity? Given like a canvas, like something already, or does it risk overshadowing, original artistry?
Man, I don't think it overshadows the artistry. I believe music is a collaborative process. So it doesn't matter how you came up with the product.
Mm-hmm.
If it sounds good, that's what matters.
Big facts, man.
Exactly.
So, as we know, the music business can be tough, especially in an international context. Like, what are some key tips you've learned in terms of navigating the business side of things? Like, especially working between two different countries,
Yeah.
or even three, because you said Canada as well too. You touched, right?
Yeah, even I
Yeah,
saw one beat to Japan one day,
man,
but
come on.
only
Hey,
one time. Only one time.
hey, that still means something, man. That still means something. Definitely,
Facts.
that's big.
So on the business aspect of things, I would say it's hard to receive the money because there are a lot of fees when it comes to international
I remember
transactions.
you told me, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Like here, we don't have Cash App, and I know
Hmm.
over there people use it a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. I think it's based over here too. So yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So I have a friend that lives in the United States that he receives the money on Cash App
yeah,
and then he sends it back to me through PayPal. That's the way that I found that was helpful to receive the money.
yeah,
But then you gotta when you start paying taxes, you gotta have a good accountant because I already paid like, man, a lot of money that I didn't have to pay, because people here don't it's not a lot of people here that work with the internet and the international
yeah.
transactions, so they don't know much about that. So I would say have someone that you can trust over there. I have my guy been helping me for like 4 to 5 years. He sends money. He doesn't ask for anything in return.
Hmm.
And then the accountants, you gotta be smart with the taxes and stuff like that because you can end up paying a lot more than you have to.
Man, your story says so much, man. Because the fact that because you have to go through so many obstacles, and to continue to still do what you love to do, but it's the passion that no matter what I have to do, I'm still gonna make this happen.
Yeah, if I
A
didn't
lot
love
of
it,
people, man, a lot of people wouldn't have been, you know, because of what social media is these days and stuff too. A lot of people they just want that instant success like popcorn. They don't want to go through all the hassles and everything like that. That says a lot, man. Because like I say, the
exactly.
journey is so much that goes on in the background, the process. Like,
For sure. If I didn't love it, I for sure wasn't going to keep making that because there are too many obstacles.
nah, facts, man. So, can you remember the first collaboration you did with an artist in the States, and how did that opportunity come about? And like, what was that experience like for you to like nail your first, collaboration international?
For sure. No, the I remember it was the name of the rapper is Austin.
Hmm.
I don't talk to me. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. But the first beat I sold was back in the end of 2018, and it was the same day that I like the first real sale that I made. It was on the same day that I quit my job.
Mm.
So I used it there like as a calling from God, like he was saying, giving me a sign. And man, I cried from happiness. That was one of the best days of my life for sure. Then I took my girlfriend out to have dinner, to eat sushi. It was a beautiful day, man, a beautiful day.
Nah, man, that's amazing, man. You literally took nothing and made it into something. That's really what that was for real, man.
Exactly,
Uh,
man.
like I say, I feel like one thing is just being a creative is like when we create, man, we're literally putting our thoughts and making it tangible. We're like, that's the gift we got to really just it starts up here and then it turns into something.
Yeah,
As an artist, I'm like it's audible, but then it's like I'm in front of these people, I'm making these people feel these words. I'm out here like this, and it just started from a thought,
yeah.
like
It's a gift
crazy,
for sure, man. It's a gift.
yeah. So like even with your first major artist, 'cause like I say, you worked with multiple artists that's major over here in the States as well, along with independent. Like, what was your perspective when you got that first major artist that just reached out and bought the beat and everything?
Like a major artist.
Hmm. Like when you mentioned Ice World, and it's a couple major artists I seen you work with. I seen you post and I caught it, but then I didn't see it again. I was like, oh yeah, you work with them? I was like, yeah, that's hard.
Yes, sir. The first major artist, it was actually here from Brazil.
Mm,
His name is Cadu. He has like 200,000, 300,000 followers.
yeah.
And he reached out to me because I sold a beat to a friend of his. So it was from word of mouth, he
Mm-hmm.
asked it for my friend who cooked up the beats, and then he reached out to me and we made it work. But on the international aspect of things, I never had the artists reach out to me.
Yeah.
Most of the songs that happen, it's like I sell the beats to a person, and then the artist ended up as a feature on the song, But it means a lot because it means that they like the quality of my sound.
Yeah, man. That
It means
networking.
a lot
Nah, networking is key, man.
for sure.
Uh so like with all the success and growth, I say it's successful because you can live off what you're doing.
For
And
sure.
with the growth you had, what are you most what are you most proud of in your journey so far? Are like, any specific milestones or highlights that stand out to you?
Man, what I'm most proud of is like connecting with the people that I work, like talking here to you. That's amazing. I'm talking to a dope artist from another country, and we are talking about life, and giving advice. That's a milestone for sure. Being able to talk English with you and you understanding me,
Mm-hmm.
that's major too. And then the other milestones would be like purchasing the apartment, the car. That's like symbols that show what I'm able to do. Helping people. And man, waking up every day early to cook a beat, send emails. That's
Grinding.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, man, and it's like the stuff like that. It's always the little things accumulate to the biggest milestone. So I count all my small wins because that's where the big
Exactly.
win come in. So it's like you say, being able to just purchase a car, purchase an apartment. Who knows? A year or two from now, that apartment gonna turn into a mini mansion. That car gonna turn into another vehicle. You feel me? Like,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
man. It's just it's gonna keep going up. So even speaking on the future, like where do you see yourself as an international music producer, and like what goals do you still have? That you want to achieve looking forward.
Man, my next goal would be to grow my following, uh, create content, and help other producers, other artists show that it's possible to live off the what they dream, and that's what I want to do because these last years I was too low key on the creating content and that aspect of
Yeah.
things. So I want to start doing that more. That's my next goal.
Hey man, I appreciate you taking time out to just start it right here, because this is
For
definitely gonna be
sure.
a lot of content because you dropped, like I say, a lot of gems in this conversation. Uh
Thank you, bro.
So even before the year, ends, like, is there something like specific, certain that's gonna happen before the year is out, because we like maybe 3 months. Well, we're going on 4 months now, but before the end of the year, what's something you already know, like it's gonna happen. It's just like how you spoke. If I work 10 hours a day on this and do that, it's gonna happen. It happens. So like, what's one thing that you gonna put out there, that is gonna happen?
Man, one thing that's going to happen, I would say, is me reaching like 15. I would love to like reach 15,000 followers and something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And grow my YouTube channel, my BeatStar site. That's what I want to do, man.
Nah, big facts, man. And lastly, you know, before we wrap up, like, are there any shout outs you'd like to give to those who supported you along the way? Like, whether it's, you know, working with people you collaborated with, you know, anybody closest to you, you know, that's been a part of your journey?
Man, I want to shout out you first of all for having me. It's a pleasure talking to you. I want to shout out Zephian Thomas, my guy over there that helps me with the Cash App, and my boy Jacob West that helps me with the Zelle. Zelle is an app over there, right?
Yeah, Zell, yeah. Facts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not available here in Brazil too, so I have a
Mm.
friend that helps me with it. Hey man, my family, my girlfriend, they the reason for everything, man.
Yeah, man. I say, man, bro, like I say, you know, we locked in, bro. I still got other stuff that like I just be having so much, but I just be trying to like either take a I be working, bro. So it's like if it's late at night or something like that, I be the most productive, like at the end of the day, going into the next day grinding, bro. You
For
know, so
sure.
it's like I'm kind of backed up a little bit right now with stuff I gotta record, but it's gonna get done. And
You
like
still
I say,
have
I
the beats
still
that I sent you, right? The
yeah,
last beat.
yeah.
Perfect,
It's
perfect.
yeah. It's going down, bro. We locked in. You feel me? Like
Yes,
I
sir.
just know the caliber of producer you are just to bring the best out of me with a record that, bro, I literally recorded that song and the next day it ended up winning like a little competition level with the DJs. And then when I performed it for the first time, they was like, man, it sound like that's already on the radio. So like
For sure.
it's just how it happened. You feel me? So I gotta stick to what's working. You feel me? But I always like to work with producers that's versatile. And if I could build a relationship with them too, because you always want to have that chemistry as an artist to a
Exactly.
producer, you know. So that's how you know, it's like playing on the Olympic team. You feel me? And everybody is all stars on it. So uh,
Exactly.
but yeah, man, we definitely locked in, bro. I look forward to cooking up some more. I look forward to what you cook up, you know. So we always gonna be in the mix. Uh, and finally, you know, when you hear the word underdog, like what does that mean to you? Like the term when you hear it personally, and like how does it relate to your journey?
Man, underdog to me it's motivation, to show people that you can do it no matter if people believe, if people think you are the right person for it. Being an underdog, it's the motivation.
Yeah, man. Y'all heard it right here, man. Ulysses, make sure y'all follow him on the platforms, you know. We're gonna
Yes,
kind of end
sir.
it off another way. This is 2:32 a.m. My record produced by Ulysses, man. It's DRT certified, plat ready, you know, charted maybe 70 out of 150 on the independent chart. You feel me? So
Banger,
nah,
banger.
definitely, man. But yeah, man, we gonna end it out like this, man. I appreciate you, brother. You know, like I
Thank you,
say,
bro.
you got support from me, bro. Anything you want to know that's over here, you feel me? I don't, hesitate to give you an answer if I know it. So
Thank you, man.
most
If I
definitely,
can
man.
help you with anything, you can let me know too.
Nah, big facts, man. I appreciate you giving your time, man. This is 2:32 a.m. produced by Ulysses, out right now on all platforms. Published through Empire Record Label, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Ulisses. 2:32 a.m. Gotta keep a 223 when I run these streets. Rust up that we put it on me. I don't get no pain. Buying dealing, buying a drink. It's a brand be lit. Got locked in. We take home with me. Only pills on real double G's. Rolling up to the bottom might be. Getting be sold. Cause most these niggas don't need one. Do it on women. Coming it back. These niggas be mad. Don't need one. See you in 2:32 a.m. Gotta keep a 223 when I roll these streets. Rust up that we put it on me. I don't get no bacon. Burning D. She dropped it on me like a mixtape. She want a sex tape like Kim Kim. So come my way like that. Even on shake, then it can't be jet. Got a whole lot of him on no debt. Wanna ride street late night be dead. Got a little 223 be low. Pull up on my head, bro, like ho ho. We wild up like 24 hours. The money people I respect it some more. We put it on the floor like drop it. You heard Scorpio touch poison. No wonder why lips be moist. I ain't feeling born, but I pop sometimes. See all that, no man to bind. Too much sauce that you can't combine. 2:32 a.m. gotta keep a 223 when I run these streets. Rust up that we put it on me, I don't got no patience. Biting, dealing, buying a drink, the body lit, got locked in, we take home with me. Only pills on wheels, double G's, rolling baby girl, and the party might be, getting be sold. Cause most these niggas don't need one. Do it on with them and come in the day. These niggas be mad, don't need one. See you in 2:32 a.m. gotta keep a 223 when I roll these streets. Rust up that when you put it on me, I don't got no bacon, burning these
streets like Call of Duty, crashing till the gulag. I lost my mind like a sensei, call me Sasha Bar. The way she like the role play, she tryna play cops and robbers. Shoot the shocker, gotta charge it to the game. You would think these chain came Johnny Dang. Ain't no game, but it's 2100. Lights a game, tech caught my stomach. It ain't nothing like all they running. I'm taking rich, just getting this level. Trying to make situations feel brand new. Tell that truth, I be staying out loop. I don't hate evidence, push nigga like woo.
2:32 a.m. gotta keep a 223 when I run these streets. Rust up that when you put it on me, I don't got no patience. Biting, dealing, buying a drink, the body lit, got locked in, we take home with me. Only pills on wheels, double G's, rolling baby girl, and the party might be, getting be sold. Cause most these niggas don't need one. Do it on with them and come in the day. These niggas be mad, don't need one. See you in 2:32 a.m. gotta keep a 223 when I run these streets. Rust up that when you put it on me, I don't got no bacon, burning these.
Gold mouth, rabbit on my teeth, I got carrots. Open up her mouth and she got vocals sound like Janet. Marble on the floors, but the kitchen kinda granite. Lean color perk, you would think it's pomegranate. I see flying saucers finna roll another planet. It will fall in place if it's meant to be organic. I got crazy lingo, you would think I'm speaking Spanish. I'm something like a pie, never leave without the cannon. I'm enlightened, I got stones around my neck. If you pay attention, I teach her how to earn respect. I walk around with a tag like I'm mad at the rail. People do any damn thing for a check. So what if you got signed labels, throw them on the shelf? I don't ask for help, I just go within myself. Hard times I prevail, I bust up out my shell. I let my nuts hang, cause it don't got no curfew. Gold mouth, rabbit